Hello, my name is Kurt Brown, also known as Saint Rambone. I have a website called Mobile Audit Club. It details horrors and torture done to us, us, the lower caste, the poor, the veterans of the United States Armed Forces, and also federal bank examiners. We have been injected and tortured in the United States, both under the Democratic and Republican parties. In 1999, the Los Angeles VA Westwood was ordered to stop doing force experiments and force injections on veterans. I went to work at the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation as a bank examiner in 1999. I was employed there till 2000. I observed money laundering and murder, and I was told of a suicide that was a murder. I tested it when I left, and it appeared that the replacement regional director or others around him were involved with that murder because they attacked me. I was attacked by the federal government. I was forcibly injected. I have about as much faith in Ron Paul as I have in Bill Clinton or George Bush. Neither of them have done anything for us. I do not think one man can do anything. It will take a complete regime change. It will take a bureaucratic flushing. And it will take, most likely, a technological war, because that is what we have been subjected to in the United States. The American dollar is worth nothing. Ron Paul comes running in with his white hat white. That's what they call it in France. Chapeau blanc, blanc chapeau. It means nothing. The regime, I do not know what to tell you other than get a dual citizenship. Do not trust the United States government. Do not believe any of those politicians, because even if Ron Paul wanted to do anything, the bureaucracy is already in place. Money laundering syndicates are in place, and they will kill you. They killed a regional director and called it a suicide. They attacked me, injected me, and called me insane. They also ruined my career and my good name. Because the federal government did not respond to the attack on my life in 2001, I reported it at a city council meeting in Mobile, Alabama. Since that time, they have not allowed me in. I was in fear for my life. I had a gun permit, and I used to carry a gun. First, the sheriff, Jack Tillman, who is now terminated, who I reported for stealing inmate food funds, took my gun permit. Then the federal government followed up by crushing me at the first opportunity they could 2 weeks later in Los Angeles when I fled Alabama. I tell your political system to get lost. I hope we get a complete regime change, if by force necessary, and if it moves across the world, if we have a lower caste, what I would call a lower caste political party across the world, I hope we remove the entire regime. We do not need any more lies. We do not need any more false promises and false hopes. We do not have civil rights. We do not have human rights. I urge you to protect your young. Do not allow them to go to public schools. Do not allow them to be indoctrinated in that brainwashing. They also give those drugs out to your kids prenatally and afterward. I urge you to have at least one test child. You cannot guarantee what they are doing to your child intentionally or unintentionally. Drugs are approved by attorneys, not doctors. I don't know if Ron Paul would actually be able to save anything if he tried. I think if he tried to do too much, they would kill him or replace him with a technological monstrosity that would speak out of both sides of his face, just like the Bush regime and the Clinton regime and the Reagan regime and on and so on and so forth. I think the last political candidate I ever actually had any, in hindsight, respect for was Jimmy Carter. It's hard to argue with a physicist, but they were able to push him out. You got to understand, these people are like snakes. Get yourself a dual citizenship. Ron Paul, or whoever supports him, I don't know. Best of luck, huh? Yeah, false dreams. Somewhere over the rainbow. I'm going to the meeting, the Mobile, Alabama County meeting, city council meeting one day. They won't allow me in. Their opening meetings law means nothing. Your regime means nothing to us.